Alright, so today in our video we're going to be looking at subtraction word problems, and in our last unit we looked at addition word problems, and when we looked at those word problems we learned 4 strategies to help us as we're solving any kind of addition or subtraction problem. And those were, if we remember correctly, they were number line, decomposing part whole, and using a base 10 picture to help you draw it to help you solve the problem. So today we're going to be looking at this word problem, and it says Jessica had 35 buttons. She used 12 buttons. How many buttons does Jessica have left? And I'm going to go ahead and set up what I know. Might be pieces I don't know. So I know I have a start. I know I have some kind of change, whether it could be addition, adding more, or subtracting, taking away. And I'm going to just think about my equation before I begin and think, what do I know in this word problem? So if I read the first sentence, it says Jessica had 35 buttons. So I'm thinking that she starts with 35 buttons. So I know that this is she had 35 buttons. So that's what she started with. She used 12 buttons. So if she uses 12 buttons, I'm thinking she no longer has those buttons. So I think she's going to take away. So I'm going to put a subtraction problem here for what my operation is. My operation is subtraction. And then it says, how many buttons does Jessica have left? So she had 35, she uses 12, and I don't know my result. That is my unknown. So remember, before you even solve this equation, you have to fill out what you know about your word problem, because there's always an unknown. And in this case, my result is the unknown. And so in solving this, I'm going to use base 10 drawing. So I know when I do subtraction is a little bit different when I do a base 10 picture. So here is my base 10 picture. And subtraction is different because I don't need to draw both numbers because I'm not adding them together. I'm going to draw the number that is my greatest number that I'm going to take away from. So in this case, I have 35. So I have 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So I started with 35. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. And I know I'm going to take away 12. So I'm going to take away 2 ones, 1 2, and 1 10. So I know that now I'm left with 3 ones and 2 10s. So I know with this that using the base 10 picture that I have 23, Jessica has 23 buttons left. Well, if I were to solve this, let's say Miss Wimmuth wants to use a number line to solve this. I'm going to show you 2 different ways today in my thinking on this. So if I have a number line, I know, and when I'm subtracting in a number line, it's different in that when we had addition, we started here and we jumped to get to our greater number. Well, with a subtraction problem, I'm going to start at the number I have, and then I'm going to jump backwards because that shows I'm taking away. And if I look that I had 35 and I'm taking away 12, I know there is 1 10, so I'm going to jump and take 10 away. And remember to make sure your jump gives you enough space to show what you're taking away. So if I know I take a 10 away from 35, I'm left with 25. And then it says I have to take 2 ones away. So I'm going to take 2 ones away. So those are my 1, 2, 1. So 25 minus 1 is 24. 24 minus 1 is 23. I almost wrote 24 again. And you want to make sure that when you're jumping, you're giving yourself enough room so that you can write the number and your numbers aren't getting squeezed together and you lose track. So if I look at my number line and taking 10, 11, 12 away, I get 23 just like I get when I do my base 10 picture. So I know if I'm going to write my solution sentence for this problem, I would say Jessica has 23 buttons left. So this is how you would solve your subtraction word problem. In this case, it's a result unknown. So our result, we don't know what it is, and we figured it out. So remember to try the strategy that you found that you like best, and then you also have to use another strategy to show how you solved it as well in your exit ticket. Don't forget to take notes as you've watched this video. If you haven't, you need to go back and watch it again and make sure you have notes in your notebook, and then make sure you're writing down the questions for the composing work and showing, giving yourself room to show your work. That is it for today.